Find the standard form for the equation of a circle x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared with a diameter that has endpoints -1, 4, and 0, 6. Whenever I approach a problem that I'm unsure where to begin, I often find drawing a picture helps. People respond to visual cues more than text-based cues more often, and so drawing a picture is a great place to begin to get an idea of where to go. So the points -1, 4, let me plot those. So -1 on the x, 4 on the y. There's 1 point. And 0, 6. So 0 on the x, 6 on the y. Whoops, I would go up. All right, so this looks like it's going to be a fairly small circle, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be a large circle to get an idea of what to do. So if these are the endpoints of the diameter is the line that passes entirely from one side of the circle to the other, but passes through the center of the circle. So I'm going to draw in the center of the circle here. Now, I can estimate where that center is, but it's going to be good for us to solve for it algebraically just to make sure it's the correct point. So that center looks to me like it would be at -0.5 or -1/2 if we want to write it that way, and +5. The circle itself would look something like this. Okay, but I don't think we need to actually see a picture of the circle. I'm just presenting visual cues, that's all. Now, once we have the center, that's going to be the values of h and k over here in my equation. I would also need to find the value of r, which is the radius, and the radius is going to be the distance between the center and the one of the points on the circle. Or I can use half of the distance between these 2 points. I think that's what I'm going to do when I first determine the radius. So let's do that first. It doesn't really matter if I get this center or the radius first, so I'll just begin with the radius. So the radius, we have determined it's going to be half the distance of the given points. All right, so the distance here, the distance formula is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So let's see. This would be 0 plus 1, so 1 squared is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So that distance is the square root of 5. And we did say that the radius was half of that distance. So it's going to be the square root of 5 divided by 2. Okay, now let's work on the center of the circle. The center is going to be the middle value between the two endpoints, so the midpoint. You can calculate a midpoint by taking x1 plus x2 divided by 2, effectively averaging the x's and averaging the y's. So let's see what happens here. So x1 is -1 plus 0 divided by 2. x2 is 4. Then I add 6 and divide by 2. So that's going to be -1/2. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my visual here actually worked out. So -1/2 is -0.5 and 5. Now I just need to take these two pieces of information and build the equation of the circle. So the equation of the circle here would be x minus negative 1/2, which would be x plus 1/2, quantity squared, plus y minus 5, quantity squared, equals the square of the radius. And so the square of the radius would be, come off to the side, square root of 5 over 2 squared is going to be, let's see, the square root of 5, when I square it, that would be positive 5, and when I square 2, that's 4. So equals 5/4.